everything that you want is 100% sure, and you can be sure that it is a reality. It's a vibrational reality. Every time you ask, it is given. It's given to you in the vibrational form, and it's coalescing, it's vibrating in this vibrational reality. And the thing about this vibrational reality is that you can't yet see. You can't use your five senses, because what you're seeing with your five senses it is a vibrational interpretation. But what you're seeing with your eyes, what you're touching with your fingers, these are all vibrational interpretations of vibrations that have matured to different degrees. And so this vibrational reality, it hasn't matured enough yet for you to see it. And so many people who are interested in manifesting what they want, they think about what they want and they think about the absence, because they're used to being logical. And logically speaking, when you're used to reality being only perceived by these five senses, then you're just being logical. Then it's just realistic that what I want is absent, and how can I change that? How can I fix that? And so we say, but you have to understand that your vibration is being responded to by the law of attraction. So if you want what you want, then you can't continue to always look at the absence of it. And many people would say, well, I'm reacting to reality. I just can't help but notice what I want is in here. And then we say, well, there's vibrational reality which precedes it. You can't always be observing. You can't always be reacting to a reality, an old reality. This now moment is your old reality. You have to feel for this new reality, the real reality, the true reality. You have to feel for it. And now what's so interesting is you're understanding that the emotion that you feel, the emotion that is so easy to achieve, is actually you translating what's in this vortex. And that is how thoughts turn into things. That's how your manifestations that feel future tense really do manifest. So it's at first it's just an idea. It's just, something that sounds like a good idea. And then before you know it, it's the millions of dollars, it's the billions of dollars, it's a business. How do these things happen? Where do all of the, the geniuses, where are they getting their genius from? It's all coming from this vibrational reality. Everyone is giving birth to fortunes, books, best-selling books, and award-winning albums. Everything that you can want, it's already there vibrating. But it's in your, logical, it's in your what is, it's in your objectiveness where you see things like, well, it's not here. That really shuts you off. That's really the only reason why you don't have what you want. That's why, because you keep saying, I don't have it. And so the emotion is you translating a reality. The emotion is you translating a reality. We want the emotion, which is you translating this vibrational reality. That's the only way that you can translate this vibrational reality. Nothing is ever absent. Everything is always in the state of becoming. And that makes sense because this is eternal, and vibration is always in motion, and reality is always changing. But for most, it's changing to the same thing over and over again, because most are just looking at what is. They're just looking at reality the way that it is. And because they think that, okay, this reality is the only reality, then they just keep recreating more of that. And sometimes, they can, have spontaneous shifts in their reality, but they don't know how they do it. It never lasts for a long time. They always get worried that it will go away. And you're a master though. You're becoming a master in understanding that this is a vibrational world, and everything that you want is in a vibrational reality. And the benefit of understanding the concept of this vibrational reality is that, one, you get to feel good right where you stand right now. You get to enjoy the process, because now these emotions, this vibrational reality, it feels as real to you as the physical, the physical device that you're watching this on, the chair that you're sitting on. It feels real to you. We want this emotion to feel real to you, like it's a reality, because it is a reality. Everything that you're doing, all of these senses, they're all vibrational interpretations, and your emotions are interpreting a vibration that you can't yet see with your eye. But the thing is, if you can't yet see with your eye, and that's what's bothering you, then you can't manifest it. Then it's harder to manifest it. Then it's slow in coming. But if you can feel it and understand that, oh, since I can feel it, I'm already living it, and since I can feel it, and since I'm already living it, and since it's already a reality, then I'm having fun. Then you can find the emotion of the clarity of it. You can find the feeling security of your desire even before it manifests. And truly, that's what you have to do. You have to find the feeling of it before it manifests. And the reason why you have to find the feeling is because you have to get into that vortex. And this is the most applicable conversation ever, because what you want is vibrating. It's there. And you just have to hop on the same wavelength of it. You just have to get into that vortex. And the thing is, when you get in the receiving mode of the vortex, when you get into that, when you get into that state of, okay, I'm going to talk about what I want and why I want it, so you're in that place of vibrational alignment, then you can find that emotion. All you must do is find the emotion. And in finding the emotion, you're actually shifting your whole reality, because the shift first begins vibrationally, emotionally, right? Because you can only experience emotion right now. Once you're experiencing an emotional change, then the physical change is really quick to come too. But most, they experience the emotional change, they feel it, and then they get a little discouraged because they still can't yet see it, because they discount how they feel. You think that the emotion is leading you to something, but which is true. It is, because it's an indicator of what's coming, what's to come next. But ultimately, we want the emotion to feel as real. We want the emotion to be like, okay, since this is already a reality and this is proof, you have proof. Now, how do I talk about this desire? Then as you feel the emotion, that emotion is non-resistant. Now you're not thinking of the emotion to make it happen, because now you accept it has already happened. And since I'm tuning into this vibrational reality, and since I'm perceiving with my emotions, then it's a real reality. It's real. And then you know what you have to get over? You have to get over proving it to everyone else. You have to get over needing everyone else to see it in order to, you know, grant you some sort of validation. You have to get over that, because you're the perceiver. All these people cannot believe in you, but you can, because you can perceive your vortex. And if they perceive their vortex, then they would be able to perceive yours as well. You know, but ultimately, you will look crazy to a lot of people because you're believing in things that they can't yet see. But what you can see anyways is just a vibrational interpretation. And what you can feel, it is a vibrational interpretation. But the reason why what feels, you know, what is that interesting? You know what? You feel it and yet it doesn't manifest quite in that fast way that we're describing. And it's not because the law of attraction is broken. It's not because what we're saying is wrong. It's really because the emotion, it still doesn't feel real to you, because you're used to see it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality. You're not used to this vibrational reality, but it is a vibrational reality. And once you understand that, now you have the secret to a happy life and really fast manifestation, because it has already manifested. You see, it has already manifested. It has already become. So now your conversation isn't to make it happen, because you've already done the work. And you did hard work too. You literally decided to come into this body, and you decided to have your own perspective. You came from non-resistance to this environment of where there's resistance, to come to your own conclusions, your own preferences. But it would also be your job to go back to the oneness, the wholeness that was you. You would have to go back into the connection of your source energy, and you have this amazing GPS system. So don't be afraid. Don't be mad when you feel negative emotion. Praise your negative emotion. You want a guidance system that works. You want to know, hey, I'm doing this thing right now. I'm doing a thing that is stopping what I want from coming. And you want to praise negative emotion. Negative emotion is your best friend. And truly, you're going to get to the place where you will really understand that it's all about pure desire. Because most people desire it. When wanting something, they associate wanting with resistance. That feeling of yearning, like I just want it. So you talk about your desires from a place of need. So you apply the effort. Your desire feels like effort, because sometimes when you think about your desire, you're trying to effort in order to overcome what you don't want, right? So when you talk about money, what you're really talking about, because you're using nice words and it's sounding good, but your vibration, the emotion that you're feeling, because it's not about the words, it's about your vibration, which is only perceivable to you right now by your emotion, and then later by the manifestation. But we want the emotion to be what you're tuning into, because the emotion, it is a reality. It's an early stage of reality. If everything is in the process of becoming, so nothing is really absent. And if you're launching of the rocket, if your exposure to the contrast which launches the rocket naturally is all that's required for our creation to literally be complete, then you know what that means? That means that everything is always in a state of becoming. So you can get in on the creation in its early stages, so that you're not killing it with your doubt. So now you understand. Now you have a real, concrete, visible way to believe in what you want, because now you don't need to see it, because seeing it is just vibrational interpretation, but feeling it is also vibrational interpretation. But think about when you feel it, you still have to talk about it in a way that is conducive to the right path, that is conducive to you, or is conducive to you being on the right path, so that there is that momentum, right? Because you could feel it and you could still, be off. You could still be like, where is it? Where has it been? How come it's taking so long? You could focus on anything other than your desire. And that's why yearning is what desire feels like. So when desire feels easy, it doesn't feel fun. Isn't that interesting? When desire feels like, yeah, like I know I'm gonna have this thing, you don't give thought to the things that are easy to get. You don't care that much about, because you like desire when it's painful. You like desire when it's hard and grueling, and you have to clear your resistance, and you have to process your way there, and you have to do a lot of effort, because when you really know what you don't want, you know what you do want. But usually you're still talking about what you don't want because you don't want it, which makes sense. But this is a universe of inclusion, so you have to only include what you want, which means talk about the things that are easy to talk about. Talk about the things that you have already manifested. Talk about the subjects that are easy for you to believe, because that will raise your frequency. That will raise the general vibration about everything, right? That's interesting. If desire feels hard, if it feels like you have to push the noodle along, then what that means is there's effort, there's resistance. You know what it is? There's resistance that you've put into the mix, and usually the resistance that you put into the mix is, oh, I really don't want to be poor. I really don't want this. I really, really don't want this. I want this because I really don't want this. I want money because I really don't want this. I want, I want a body that looks like this because I really don't want to look in the mirror and not feel good. I really don't want to do this. I really don't want that. That will always, and so you're efforting to overcome that resistance that you introduce, and we're saying just don't overcome it, because pure desire feels like I want this, and since it's already a reality, then I have it. That's it. And then it's like almost anticlimactic, because you're used to the drama. You're used to the drama of a desire that's hard. We're saying you gotta get over that, because Well, sometimes it's fun to you. Sometimes it's fun to have a desire that is torturing you a little bit. And we're saying that's good too, because then you have contrast. Then you have there's clarity and there's focus. But you don't want to get addicted to that, because then you stand in, in what you want and what you don't want for a long time. And manifestations are slow in coming because desire still feels like something that's hard, but it should be easy. Desire is fun. Desire is lighthearted. Desire is easy breezy. Desire is pure. It's I want this, cool. And I have it, it's a reality, good to know. That's as clear as it is. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be the law of attraction. You're not doing the source's job. Source has already given it to you, and you just have to receive it. And it's easy to receive because it's naturally who you are. But you have your defenses up. You have these walls that you've built from your own connection, because you think that you're the one who has to do it all. You think that desire should feel hard. You think, what it is? You're using your desire as a means to fill the hole within you. So your desires feel like, oh, if I could just have this thing, then my whole life will be complete. But it's not like that, because you're a creator and you always need something new to create. You always need something to pour your energy to. It's like you always need something to focus on, but it doesn't matter. The manifestation is not as important, because the manifestation is just an excuse, because you're already a whole. You are already whole. Because if there's any emptiness in you, it can only be filled by alignment, because you are a vibrational creature, and we know you're used to this physical reality, but this reality that you call physical, you did come here to experience, because it is the most furthest extension. It's the most satisfying experience ever to watch these thoughts turn into things. And so that's a really big part of the puzzle. But yet you have to get it all into the right balance. You have to get the emotion first. You have to get the alignment first, so that your desires, they don't feel so out of touch. They don't feel like, oh, I really need this, so my whole life can be better. You're saying things like, well, since I already have alignment, since I can feel good no matter what, then what do I want now? I want this because it'll be fine. I want this. And then it feels easy. And when it feels easy, you think you're doing it wrong, because it feels like you should pay a bigger price. It feels like it should be harder, but it's not. It's easy. Creating is easy because it already exists. And use your emotions. Use the guide system that you were born with, that you came here knowing that you would have, that you would not only have, but you knew that you knew that it would be everything you would need. Truly, because desire naturally happens, but you have to get into aligning mode. You have to ask the question and then go onto the frequency of the solution, because that's how it all works. It's a game of frequencies, and it's not a game, so to speak, because there's no prize. It's just happiness now, happiness later, happiness. It's joy, it's fun, it's expansion. Truly, it's expansion. It's eternity, and there's always going to be something new to want. You're never going to run out of something to want. You're never going to get to the end of your list, because even when you think you do, it will continue to grow. So find easy matches right now. Find positive aspects right now with where you stand. Enjoy where you are so much, because there's just nothing to worry about. If everything that you want, it already exists, and you can't see it right now, but not seeing it, the absence of it, the perceived absence, doesn't trip you out as more. It doesn't really get your goat anymore, because now you understand, okay, I can't see it, but I can feel it. And so now, as you give more importance to what you can feel, then that vibration has to get speed. That vibration will get momentum, and then it will turn into a reality, and it will turn into reality really fast, because there's that expectation factor, which is, it's already a reality though, and I can feel it, so it's real, and I love that it's real. So you're praising the success of a manifestation that no one can see, and do it silently. And to many, you come across as very sure, because you know the laws of the universe. You know that if I want it, it already exists, and I can feel it. And since I can feel it, then it will be a reality one day. It will be a physical reality, and it will all happen so fast for you. It will be like quantum leaps, except it's not quantum leaps. You expected it into being.